Hey, good morning, guys. This is July 28th. I hope you guys slept well. I did. I feel rested. I still have a sore throat, but I'm having a good vibe today. So the market, from what I've seen, hasn't much moved lately. I mean, like in the past hours, but still, I had some clear mind this morning, and my spirit is free to study the market. So I will show you some of the clue I have for the incoming moves. Before the start, let's just remind us that we're doesn't belong to the wall, but to another wall. So let's pray together, and the prayer goes with the verse Matthew 6:9, verse 9 and 10. It's Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it in heaven. So the prayer goes like that. Father, are above all, know all, and see all. Yet you hear me as I am only your creation. May I not view you as a distant father, but as one who has come to earth and understands the challenge and temptation of my life. Be near me today and whisper reminders that you are close and holding me as your child. This feels good. My friends need you today as they make difficult decisions in their workplace and with their family. Will you show them that you are closer than even their earthly fathers? Thank you for hearing me and listening to my plea. It's in Jesus' name I pray this. Amen. Just a quick note on this. It's good because when the wall seems to be crashing on you, and sometimes you just have the vertigo and it feels like plunging in a hole. The hole can be like no depth, very, very deep. And I think it's a good reminder that just to sit on the edge. It's okay to be sad, crying, and just feel his presence, and that he's holding you as your child, because he is the father of all. Is if you raise up children, the goal is to release them to the true father, which is him, the father of all creation, if you believe. So that was the prayer. Let's get into it. Let's start with Bitcoin. Uh, get into it. I'll share my screen. Put some sound in the background. Hope you guys can hear it. Relax a little bit. So I see like Bitcoin right now, it has going on the downside on the short term. There was a descending triangle that the chart located on the 12 hours time frame. And you see it kind of bounced from here from the support. And it's right now, it's just not moving much. I think it's good because the open interest is still high. It's still really like above the average. And the more it's keep going down, I think the open interest is more stable, so it does less frantic movement. When it does big wicks, people lose a lot of money, and I don't know if you remember, but yesterday I said on a big wick, down from like from 120, this wick was reported offline at like 2,000 people commit suicide from that wick, so it's never good, you have to think about that. Uh, what I see is that the market is just going down a little bit because you see here we took out the liquidity, and here we made like a nice gap. It's either like we continue to push down, but my belief is that it's a good opportunity for market maker to simply buy, okay? To feel that of I guess maybe today at New York time, whatever. I guess there will be some passive seller putting orders into that. It's a good opportunity for the market maker to simply buy, right? Because here it's the weakness of the buyer, but it's the strength of the seller, right? And it's like God, his power is made perfect in weakness. So that's how the market makers sometimes operate, is that they need liquidity, and if they operate in liquidity of the liquidation pool, the price is moving like very frantically, creating like big gaps and stuff like that. Like this, they can really like swim into that slowly but surely and just get a nice buying zone. Okay. Um, we can see that here on the liquidation rule. I see that like we liquidated the 100x and 50x down, you see? So that's basically this chuck, this we took out the liquidity. And now the channel I made here horizontal, we're under it. So if you believe that the price will go, it's a nice buy here. And if you had the 25x, there's more liquidity downside. That's the risk. Maybe having a stop loss like here could be good. Yeah, so here, yeah, it's dry, okay? There's no liquidity, but that's what I'm saying. When it's dry like this, it's a good opportunity for the power move to make, okay? It's exactly what I'm saying about the power move is, when I say the power makes happen in the weakness, it's like here, okay? You see, let's go a higher time frame. Uh, you see, like here, that's a power move. Like this is was the strength of the buyer. Many others were probably like there, and they just sold into the strength. It's the same like here, on a shorter time frame. Last time we went to 82, that's why I held to my position, even though I was like here as a average price. The price went above my average price, but you see, that's power in week making in strength. I mean, like in weakness, but like that's the you see the power move here, and then we just went down from that on. So for me, everything above 76,000 was the setting point, and right now we're kind of a distribution. So some trader likes to trade in the distribution zones. I prefer to operate like a market maker and go right into the accumulation zone like here, right? So it's different trade. So let's go on to something else. Let's jump into, I'll say, I think USDT is very important. USDT is about the same as we see Bitcoin. Uh, you see that there's not a lot to say, but as I said yesterday, this was a reversal here. You see the head, and then you see the retest. This was one Bitcoin was 120,000. Um, we just went up, and there's a channel. And right now, it's a good opportunity. Everything above this line for me, 70% retracement is a good buying zone. Okay, this USDD is the denominator of the crypto. So when this go up, the fear is in the market. Everyone gets out of their position. They're all USDT, so the dominance goes up. But from what I see is that we just push the limit to there, and and yeah, and I see that, this is a good strong thing, but you have to believe that if we break this, this is a good slingshot too, because there's lots of money here, right? We could put some cash, and this is more money, but this is all 21, 21. So my belief is that, it could go either way. It could go like up there, take the liquidity and just crypto is dead or whatever. Why do that, I think we might like see a break of channel, and we have to get our position for break of channel. There's a big opportunity here, you know, like 50%, and then if you're wrong, maybe you lose like, let's say like 15%. But that's why market is so hard, trading is hard because, price could like just go jumping and just like go to up there, and if you're too invested here, you'll be screwed up. But I think in leverage, you can build position from out of nothing. Let's say you invested like I did a bit, like everything was above this line. I invested, and now we're here. when I see a retracement here, yeah, it's going against my position, but I try to add more. So I build up my position. I can be wrong. It can like be like 2K out of profit and I go to nothing. But with that 2K, what I mean with that small money, if I'm right and the market like just I keep accumulating my position with being careful to not get liquidation. I mean, it can happen, right? But if I invest a lot of money here, and if it goes down, I can invest just small tiny bits, and my strong position is right here, and then I can surf up to there, right? My goal is to go, if the market crash down, is to really like cash out more like around here. That's a big move. So you can make many thousands out of nothing, and then you can help people. You can help your family, your friends, your church, your community. That's a bit about it. Uh, what else do I see? I think it's 12 hours. Yeah, just to go back. Okay, so we see just price action is just going down. Chuck, BOS, breaks of structures. We have a retracement, and we just took out the liquidity a little bit here. And we see there's a gap, and there's another big gap. And this big gap means it's normally it's a lot of orders. Um, that's, as I said, with the Bitcoin, it's a nice opportunity for market makers to deploy their own money from the bucket. Because if the market goes up, that's liquidation, right? Liquidation for this week, this week, this week, and it's easier to push through liquidation. That's good for when you put when you want to be efficient. But like if we retrace, then it's a good buying zone. So if they believe that with me that this is a good zone to buy, they need liquidity, right? So here's the full liquidity for them to, and then here you see that's liquidation here, and that's liquidity here. So they can play around here and perhaps like push down and do their move. So that's a bit what I believe, but I don't know exactly if it can go like up here and then retrace. I don't know. I'm not a market maker. See, the big market will open in about 1 hour, but I think it's important to believe that what's happening. Um, One thing I want to mention is that because I'm mostly invested in the Ethereum, Ethereum right now is not saying much. You see, as I said yesterday, I think I believe everything under 2400 is a good buy for me. That's the buying zone. And why I say that is that when I see the chart, you see I see a nice price action. This is the bottom, and you see that's the order block. And we went there once, twice. We could go like a third times. I hope not. But right now it's just like what I like is that it's just doing not much. You know, it's and people are just not interested most of the times to invest into that because just gonna change song. All right. So yeah, they're not interested into like getting into the trade like this. I think it's just good, you know. I like that. So we got a break of channel, big channel going down, and we can we don't know if we're gonna fade away. The goal is to be like invested like just underneath. There's a nice gap here being straight, and but what I like from Ethereum versus Bitcoin is really this chart. This chart tells a lot for me. You see, as I mentioned yesterday, there's uh there's this in the past, like the chart got screw up here, and we push that back here, so it makes a little bit of liquidity, we make a little bit of liquidity, and we just went down. And from that, the last bull run, you know, like Ethereum just really was worse than Bitcoin, means Bitcoin went up, Ethereum went up, but Bitcoin was really outperforming Ethereum. But you see, that's a nice head here. That's a nice triple head That's another liquidity, and that's one liquidity here, top. And you see, we can like push and hope to make a new high. For that, that move can happen only if the market holds on here. Okay, that's really like the base. And if the markets crash down here, you have to trade this as a normal. Okay, all the money, that's a lot of money here, are gonna cash out. If we go around here, because here that's all money is here. Okay, you have to trade this, and you see here we did a retest and we pushed up, we break that channel, we brought some more liquidity. We just took out a little bit of cash. We went back. We're doing like a bull flag. And then you see with that bull flag means I have calculated that we have done exactly the retest. You see 702. If I take the high here, the low here, 70% we just touched, and then we went back up. So here's the channel, and we already break that. So I see that it's bullish still. We just have to hold on, stick to the plan. Patience is key. That's all. Ring 12 hours. See, chop, BOS, BOS, BOS. Here it could like go down further, but for me the big move happened here. You see, here there was a chuck, but there was a fake out. Grab the liquidity, all the stop loss here, and then the market Ethereum crash for one last time maybe, and we see we just navigate through that, and then we crush that high, and now we're there, and now we're you see it seems like a retest. We have to just to believe and be patient. Yeah, it's can really outperform Bitcoin by a lot, and if we target that for long term, we're very low. You see, let's see, like we target here. So that's mean like 300%. So that 300% means like exactly that. That's a big spread. Okay, Ethereum and Bitcoin. It doesn't mean that Bitcoin will go up and then Ethereum will go up. It could be like Bitcoin go down a little bit and Ethereum goes up. So there you have the spread. So if like you do have 260% up Ethereum, and you could have like 40% down Bitcoin. I'm just saying like that. That's the 300 right there. Uh, I mean, the market never did that before. I would be really surprised if it does that, but it could happen because the future doesn't predict. I mean, like the past doesn't predict the future. Bitcoin could be just not useful anymore, while Ethereum could be useful for the future or transition of the market. So what I believe is that when you get the news every day, every week out, it can give you some info, but the market gives you better info what's maybe happening in the future. Because if you figure out like where the the chart tells you, well, you can predict what the wall will probably do, because the market maker, they don't want to give their hands, right? It's like a poker game. So if they want to, let's say, like sell their silver, they will probably push the silver and just at the right time so they can sell all their silver. And once this the sales happen, it will just try to make you believe that you confuse you, make sure that you don't know that the silver is dead, just to stir up because if they want to sell, if there's no buyer, well, the price will crash hard, so they don't want that. And that's a bit what I believe. And it's all about liquidity, price action, and denominator, numerator analysis. That's my strategy. So yeah, on the longer time frame, you see the weekly, we're just here at the edge. So basically, we're waiting for a breakout. And that's hard to have a breakout. I think in crypto 2026, the breakout happens like rarely. Lots of traders were trading that before, and now the market is, I think, is more hard. What I believe is that the best is just to increase your position and make sure you don't get hit by liquidation or stop loss. For me, it's the key. Um, but it can be different. One thing I want to say about the market is that what I see is that the total two is stronger than total three because of Ethereum. You see, that's my buying zone here. Total two. Total two means all the coins included Ethereum, and we're above it. Okay, and we just did a small price action. We took out the liquidity from these, and that's pretty much about it. There's a nice buying zone here for a market maker. And let's see, like total three, the comparison. It's a big one. You see, we're just right at the buying zone. You see, total three with without like Ethereum included is very worse. But I still believe that this will go up because when you look at long term, you see that was like the big move here, going up, going down, taking out the liquidity, but we haven't took the liquidity of this one, this one. You see, those guys who shorted the market for millions, they have to make their money by millions. You know, they needs like more liquidity. And by stopping the market right here, I believe that maybe it's like 5 to 8% that took out the money that went out of the trade. And right now we're here. It doesn't look good, but I think it's a nice buying zone. We'll see like later if today, uh, if uh, if the the power made it happen. And what I note also is BTC D, Bitcoin dominance, is very resilient, but I still believe that long term it would go down. I think the market is just confusing and preparing, and it doesn't turn like on 1 week. And when I see BTC dominance, is that I took this high and I took this low, and basically the green line, okay, is the 70%. So everything here, 70% was overextended in my book, and we see we crashed down right here. We did a crash and then we went up, and see that line, from that line, that's a drop of the Bitcoin dominance, 63 to 658. And with that drop, we saw a big crash of Bitcoin, like 50%. But like the other crypto, they managed to hold up better because they already because the market is like that. It means like probably like you see, you cannot tell like this that this happened. You have to figure it out by checking the chart and knowing that this 9 October 9 or 10 was Bitcoin was still healthy, but up to there, big drop in Bitcoin. So what I believe is that here you see that's the Bitcoin dominance going up. That was a manipulation of Bitcoin going to 82, meaning like I think for me was probably one of the last time the manipulation did occur on Bitcoin. And right now, I think we have a perfect chart to drop. You see the daily chart, we fill the gap 75%. We did the chuck, and I believe we're pushing down now. You see that two yellow lines, for me, they're the channel. Channel is very resistant here, but here, that's a big liquidity. That's all one liquidity for me here, and even here. So it means a big move might be brewing up, going down to capitulate and probably push down. And this will be a writing. If this happen, it's either like Bitcoin crashing down and the others crashing less, or probably it might be a spread, it might be a decoupling, might be like Bitcoin going down, but others like going up. For me, it can happen because this was the head, and we haven't not done a retest, but I look forward for a retest or maybe like even see that 2022. I don't know if we can like bring up to here or just go through it. That's been a long time, but that's support right there. Um, yeah, I like the 3-day candles. For 3-day candles, we fill the gap 75%, and we just made a new gap here. This I like. It shows strength. When it's this, it's hard to reverse and to fill the gap and push up there. But I like when we just go down. So yeah, Bitcoin dominance, I believe it will go down. We just have to see the market still. If uh, if uh, if Bitcoin can hold up and others like push up, that's the decoupling. And one of the thing also I noticed in my trade was this chart looks good too. That's gold on Bitcoin. For me, on the 3 days candles, it looks good. If you remember, yesterday I said this is a Wyckoff reversal, 2021, looks good. You have the head, you have the retest, you have the push, and right there, you see that's the big liquidity there. That's the spring. That's what makes you push higher. And and you see here, you have the market makers stop here. That's the liquidity haven't been taken. And you see that's one, that's two. And all of this is still liquidity. And right now we on the 3 days we took the gap 75% about. Looks good. You have two candles, blue candles. And I think on the monthly candles, yeah, you cannot really tell anything by this, but 3 days remaining, so still looks good. Meaning like it will just go and continue to push higher. What I like also is I did my market from this one to this 70% of retracement, just barely touch. Yeah, and remember like this is a triangle, and right now we're just stuck at the resistance, and we can just pop and probably like go to another level. That's if we pop, it means like gold will outperform Bitcoin, but like both can go down. It's just if we go down, Bitcoin is more volatile. So if the denominator goes down harder, the price, the chart will go down. But I believe that when I check the chart, let's see here. For me, we're at the buying zone. For me, everything underneath this line being like 4,300 is a good buying zone, and right there it's really the extreme, and we are kind of touch. Okay, and when I look at here, I set an order this morning, market order. I have another like passive here because there's some liquidity of mid and high. And yeah, you can see the big liquidity is here. I believe what the market maker is doing is that they're preparing their next move. Well, I believe that silver will go down. I think gold will stay there, and that's brewing up a short squeeze because we took out this liquidity and this liquidity. That's it. We haven't touched this intact. Okay, this is a lot of money, and I'm sure that the people who like short this here it's like easy short. Like when you look at that, I'm sure a lot of sellers were here and then a lot of sellers play here, and no, they're pushing, waiting. I want this to be aggressive and push high. So to be aggressive, you need to be in the trade first. So I got my wallet at bank with a spot ETF on gold, plus I invested a bit in leverage. And if the price goes underneath here, I'll be like kind of pulling out my money. I've been investing in gold since this like down here, and I've added more about here, whatever. And you see, I'm not perfect because I mean like the price retrace, but I think it's a long time game because if we get a short squeeze, this is a nice buying zone for the market maker here, but the liquidity here, and I'm sure they want to push really high, for short squeeze, liquidation, that's the fuel, right? That's fuel. That's easier to push because people short are losing money, so they have to market buy here. When it's market buy, it's increasing. It's eating up the sales, and that's it. Um, so yeah, my stop loss, I have stop loss like I don't know, around here just for a move to not be involved in too much money. Uh, that's it. What else can I say you? Also, just want to finish with maybe these two. This is a gold and silver. For my personal belief, uh, this is going up. You see the break up structures. We have to here. For me, it's like fishing pole, fishing net. We got the fish here. Means the market maker dumped their silver, and now we have the head here. Money involved it, but we haven't make them cash much. Was short move, some cash, yes, but like what, 10%? And then we went up, and I want this. This is a whole liquidity, one liquidity, and I want this to push back up and to reach above this high and maybe play around here. So I'm waiting for that move. It can be a decoupling, means like silver goes down, gold goes up. Uh, that will be very unexpected, but this could happen. You see, 12 hours, 1, 2, 3. We're almost we're 8 hours remaining. Got a gap here, and this is gap is weak. It's already been filled. You see, that's the resistance of the triangle. I want to go back in the triangle back. So yeah, that's about it. I can finish with goal on Ethereum. Goal on Ethereum. This is hard to tell right now, but from what I said yesterday, uh, I think it's going down because there's no the market. I don't believe it's turning on that. You see, that's just more low, and I believe that this is weak. For me, anything above this 702, 70% retracement was a good opportunity to invest in Ethereum because when Ethereum is stronger, the denominator is stronger, the chart is going down, right? It's like 10 divided by 2 means 5 versus 10 divided by 5 means 2. So chart is going 5 to 2, it's going down. Um, Even if gold I predict to go up, I predict Ethereum to go up at a higher pace because it's more volatile, so it means chart will go down. Here, so you have some small liquidity here. You have here some here. I already took some of the gap here. Then we have to work our way down. Um, I don't see many like fuel around here, just a little bit. That means that probably like Ethereum might be slower pace to go up, and if gold is going at a higher pace, means like the chart will be not moving much, but like both can go up, right? So that's what I say. We can look at silver to finish with that. So I think silver is hard to tell for me when I look at daily. Uh, 78 was the average price at one point, and anything under was to go long for like scalp, and anything above it was very good for short long term, meaning like to hold on and just to add to the position, make sure you don't liquidate it. But the big liquidity is right here, see? And I mean, it's here. Okay, the goal is to reach here. If you were in a short and you short it above 78, the goal is to reach, is to get to here. Okay, to all done. But yeah, it's liquidity here. But to reach here, you need money. See? And I think the eggs are cooked. You know. here was manipulation, dumping, for real dumping. And I believe that here we're so close because every time you do a move like this, um, you know, you have to invest. Okay, this is a balanced market, so they have to invest to push the price down. And I see here, yeah, there's this gap, but it's getting weak here. You see, if the price went down, right, the liquidation was not really that hard. I mean, like that comeback because you only add light blue, but this is I mean, like dark blue. Here you have more colorful. It means like more trader when long into the last move. You see, come here. It's a high leverage. When I include max, I'll save that. You see, there's a liquidation here. So for me, this is all patch of liquidation fuel. The price could easily like go down to here and work and like in a faster race get this money later because there's a lot of money here and money acts like a magnet on the price action. So that's about that. You can always study if the market is if you what you believe is happening by this chart. You compare gold and silver. If this chart wants to break out, like this is one liquidity, one liquidity. This liquidity though has been taken out mostly, but this is where you want to go because for me the chart, a long term, this is a nice, this is a peak, it's a retest that brings money, and this also brought money, and then when it won't go with fly, this is recent, April 25, so I don't believe there will be a retest or like maybe because more money always like to hold on, but as because it's main fresh money, I think the market will go through it in a faster pace, get trader off guard. So yeah, and to conclude, Silver, I say if you're in a short right now, uh, just invest not a lot, because you're already in a distribution zone. But if you've been investing higher than 78, you're in a good position. You can add in, try to add smaller position on those peak, and your target should be around here long term because money is not made in the buy or sell button, it's made in patience. You want to wait for the market to make you some money. So yeah, that's complete the video of today. It was long, but I think we covered most of it all. I think better than yesterday too. I'm on with sharp, and it's not like that every morning, but that's a good comprehension of my thinking and my beliefs in the market. Wish you a very good day. Take care. Bye.